Hi there, Gingerbreads, welcome back to YouTube! Hi there, Gingerbreads, welcome back to the YouTube. I hope you guys are good. In today's video, we're going to be looking at 150 the craziest facts that you didn't know. And throughout this video, these facts get more and more crazy. So make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you learned something during this video. Just going to pick up these hats I just knocked down with my chair. Ugh! I've got so many hats. I'm a little policeman. Alright, start with the first fact. 81% of people knew this. Saturn's rings will disappear in 2025. What? They'll be angled so that we can't see them from Earth. It happens every 13 to 16 years. I thought they meant they're actually they're just gonna go. They're just gonna disintegrate. 76% of people knew this. 40% of internet traffic are bots. They perform tasks like indexing pages for search engines or spam. Does that mean that 40% of my subscribers are bots? 40% of you guys? Please no. Please. The world used to be covered in dead trees. Trees evolved before the bacteria that eats them, so their corpses never rot. That's insane. Whoa. So imagine, so when things die, they would just stay dead and they wouldn't like mulch down. Ugh, that's kind of weird. 73% of people knew this. Nintendo was founded in 1889. That's so early. Originally, they made playing cards. What? That's so cool. Romans washed clothes in pee. Why would they do that? Urine is rich in ammonia, which breaks down grease and other stains. Oh, God, why don't they just use... What's wrong with water? I'm glad I didn't live in the Roman period. Napoleon was attacked by bunnies. He released the bunnies to hunt for sport. They turned on his army and attacked. Imagine being attacked by bunnies. That's like the best thing to be attacked by. Are bunnies aggressive? I'm so confused. A building was rotated at 90 degrees. An entire building was moved 15 inches per hour while 600 employees went to work. What, so they were all in the building while the building rotated? Why? Why was it rotated? Hippos can't swim. Hippos can't. Yes, they can. They propel themselves off the riverbed and can run underwater. I swear I've seen videos of hippos literally swimming. I've already learned so much, and these things are only going to get more and more interesting. 69% of people knew this. The Eiffel Tower was meant for Barcelona. Why? Gustave Eiffel's building was rejected by the Spanish, who thought it was ugly. Wow, so then they just put it in Paris. Squids' throats goes through their brain. If they eat something too large, it can cause brain damage. Yeah, that sounds like me, to be fair. It also sounds like Henry. Fingers! Movie trailers used to be after the movie. They trailed at the end of a movie, but audiences left instead of watching them. Yeah, I mean, it's really pointless putting them at the end of a film. What idiot thought of that? 67.3% of people knew this. Days are getting longer. The moon's gravitational pull is slowing our rotation by a few seconds per century. Okay, so they're getting longer, but not that quickly. So that means in, say, 1,000 years, our days are going to be 20 seconds longer. It's not that much, is it? 66.4% of people knew this. Google Images was inspired by J-Lo. J-L-O? J-Lo. Don't know what that is. Lots of people tried to find her wardrobe malfunction at the 2000s Grammys. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. 66% of people knew this. Dogs understand pointing. They're one of the few animals smart and social enough to understand pointing. That's pretty cool. Just say, like, over there. And they go... 65% of people knew this. Rats were once hippo-sized. Oh, God, that sounds horrible. 8 million years ago, the Josephatagazia rodent weighed over 500 kilograms. Oh my God. It's nearly as much as your mum. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that. I'm really sorry if you're watching and you have a fat mum. Oh God. 64% of people knew this. Baby sharks eat their siblings in the womb. Some species of sharks eat weaker siblings before either of them are even born. Imagine you're a pregnant shark and all that's going on inside you. Your own babies are just like eating you from the inside pretty much. There's only 2 escalators in the whole of Wyoming. There's just not enough tall buildings in the least populated US state. Wow. Such a random fact. The first vending machine gave holy water. An ancient Greek engineer's machine dispensed water for rituals when a coin was given. Wow. Really trying to process that in my head. Like, when was the first vending machine? I want to know. There's more plastic flamingos than real flamingos. What? There are only about 2.5 million real flamingos and far more garden ornaments. Only 2.5 million flamingos. I thought it would be way more than that. A sunflower is actually thousands of mini flowers. The head is made up of thousands of florets and capable of producing a seed. What? As you can see, guys, I'm dressed as a sunflower this evening. I'm made up of thousands of flowers. Albatrosses fly while they're asleep. It's safer than sleeping near the surface where predators might catch them. How are they able to do that? I'm sure it is safer than sleeping near the surfaces because, yeah, predators might catch them. What about an eagle? Think about that. How can they be asleep and just do this? Is it just like natural? Oh my god, that's impressive. 60.8% of people knew this. We're the only planet not named after God. Every other planet in the solar system is named after a Roman or Greek god. I didn't know that. Pharaohs put onions in their eye sockets. Of course they did. Some mummies had onions with layers that represented the eternity of existence. Okay. 59.9% of people knew this. The word set has the most definitions. The word has over 430 different definitions, depending on the context. I suppose, yeah, you could have a set of badgers. You could have a set of, I don't know, bicep curls. You could have, that's it. That's all I can think of. I'm not going to go over all 430 definitions. Clouds weigh 1 million tons. They might look light and fluffy, but they're full of huge quantities of water. I suppose that makes sense, but they really don't look like they're millions of tons. Also, if they're millions of tons, why are they not coming to the ground? How does that work? 58.5% of people knew this. Comets smell like rotten eggs. There's absolutely no way 58.5% of people knew that. Hydrogen sulfide emits an eggy smell as the comet's ice melts. Ugh. If you see a comet flying through the sky and all of a sudden it stinks of rotten eggs and shit, you know why. Don't say I don't teach you anything, guys. Astronauts were quarantined. Scientists feared that the moon might contain deadly germs, so they quarantined Apollo 11. Yeah, fair enough. You don't know what you're going to bring back from the moon. Maybe it'll be another strand of COVID. 57% of people knew this. Whale heartbeat is heard from 2 miles away. Their hearts can weigh over 400 pounds. 2 miles away. That's insane. Must be so noisy if you're a fish. Just the amount of shit you hear everywhere. 56.4% of people knew this. Hollywood sign used to be Hollywoodland. What? Did it? It was originally just an advertisement for a real estate development. Hollywoodland. I want to see this. What? That's so crazy. I did not know that. Don't forget, guys, these facts just keep getting more and more crazy. 56% of people knew this. Venus days longer than Venus years. It rotates so slowly that one day lasts longer than its orbit around the sun. Venus days longer than Venus years. I'm so confused by that. That has gone straight over my head. This is just reminding me of school. Like. 10% of humans are left-handed. Cave paintings of cavemen hands indicate that this has always been the case. I'm a lefty. I'm in the 10%. Chainsaws were used for childbirth. Oh my god. The procedure known as how to fucking kill your child widened the pelvis bones to make it easier. Yeah, I bet it did. That's horrible. You spend 1 year pooping. A whole year. The average daily poop lasts about 12 minutes. Oh my god. A whole year. 53.9% of people knew this. Cows have accents. Cows in different areas moo in different tones, influenced by their surroundings. If you got a cow in Kent, it might sound like this. Moo. Whereas if you got a cow up north, it might sound like this. Your brain uses 20% of your calories. That's despite making up only 2% of your body mass. That's insane. 20%. Your brain uses 20% of your calories. Didn't know that. Every dog has a unique nose print. I have heard this. This one I did know. This is the first one I actually knew. Every dog has a unique nose print. Just like a human fingerprint, every dog has a totally unique nose print. That's crazy. The sun makes a noise, but because sound can't travel through space, we don't hear its 100 decibel roar. How do we know it's 100 decibels if it can't travel through space? I don't get it. How do we know that? 52% of people knew this. 1 in 200 descend from Genghis Khan. His Mongol empire stretched far and had hundreds of children. How many children did this man have? Moths don't eat. They store enough energy from being a caterpillar and only focus on breeding. Sounds like me. Jokes. Oh god, how can you survive not eating? That's crazy. You feel like if they just, copied the other species and maybe ate something, they might be able to last a bit longer and maybe breed more. Who knows? 51% of people knew this. The largest living thing is a big fungus. Oh my god. The 3.5 mile wide fungus, Armillaria, stretches over many acres underground. 3.5 mile wide fungus. That's so big. That's ridiculous. Deaf people sign in their sleep. Just like we might talk in our sleep, deaf people use sign language while dreaming. Wow. France is the most visited country. Over 80 million tourists visit its famous landmarks every year. That's really surprising. I did not know that. Whales eat 500,000 calories in one bite. Just like your mum. Sorry, I'm sorry. That's the same as you eating 2,000 cheeseburgers in a single bite. That's insane. Tigers have striped skin. It's not just the fur, and every pattern is unique to the tiger. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Make sure you stick around, guys, because these facts just keep getting more and more interesting. Also, if you've learned something so far in this video, just hit the subscribe button. Why not do it? Just do it. It's free. 48% of people knew this. More trees than stars in the Milky Way. There's 3 trillion trees on Earth and about 300 billion stars in our galaxy. I didn't know there were 3 trillion trees on Earth. That's a lot of trees. Some ants make themselves explode. Kamikaze ants. You kidding me? Certain species explode to release toxic chemicals in a process called autophasis. Wow. Nails grow faster in the summer. Do they? Warmer temperatures increased blood circulation, making nails grow faster. Wow. I did not know that. Sharks are older than trees. Not only that, they're also older than Saturn's rings. I suppose, yeah, sharks have been around for millions and millions of years. That's a cool fact. Snails have teeth. Not only that, but they've got up to 20,000 teeth. Imagine if a snail was carnivorous and the size of a human. How scary that would be. You'd really easily be able to get away though, wouldn't you? Yeah, you could so easily outrun it. You're like, oh my god! I should probably get going soon. He's gonna eat me. And the snail's just going... I really want to see that happen now. The James Webb Space Telescope is so sensitive, it could sense a bee's heat on the moon. A bee's heat. That's how accurate it is. Wow, that's so cool. Redheads need 20% more anesthetic. Due to a genetic mutation, they're less sensitive to anesthesia. That's pretty cool. You're not knocking me out that quickly, all right? Another win for the gingers. The largest volcano is on Mars. Olympus Mons is the largest volcano in the solar system. It's 3 times the height of Mount Everest. Wow. And it's a volcano. Imagine if that erupted. That would be so cool. There are only 20 blimps in the world. Even among those, many are not in use or only used for advertisements. Only 20 in the world. Why are there so little? Like, why? Kangaroos were once 9 foot tall. The extinct Procoptodon would have been terrifying to encounter. Yes, it would have been. I've seen the Procoptodon on Ark. 42% of people knew this. Some sharks glow in the dark. It helps them attract prey in the deepest depths of the ocean. I've got to see this. Oh my god, that is cool. And it's my favorite color. No. Jesus wasn't born in year 0. He was. Scholars actually place his birth at 4 BC to 6 BC, not the year 0. But that doesn't make any sense because that is Christ. That's like, it's not before Christ, it is Christ. What the fuck? 40.8% of people knew this. Rain boosts productivity. It could be due to the fewer distractions that would normally be found outdoors. Wow, did not know that. It kind of makes sense though. I'm learning so much. 40.4% of people knew this. A jiffy is a real measure of time. It's used in physics to represent 1/100th of a second. Oh, so if you say, I'll be back in a jiffy, you're actually saying I'll be back in 0.01 seconds. Which is just bullshit, isn't it? It's just bullshit. 40% of people knew this. Touchscreens detect electricity in your skin. I did not know that. And touchscreen gloves are made of conductive material that carries electricity. Whoa. Whoa! So cool. The oldest yo mama joke is 3,500 years old. That's very on topic because I've really randomly started doing those this video. Unfortunately, the part of the carved tablet with the punchline is lost forever. No! We don't get to you don't get to see the punchline. It just says yo mama. A 3,500-year-old joke just says yo mama. What a funny joke to play. You exhale fat. Yeah, but your mama doesn't. When you lose weight, it exits your body as carbon dioxide. What is going on? 38.2% of people knew this. Litter of kittens can have multiple fathers. Female cats can mate with many partners during one reproductive cycle. I did not know that. Why are female cats such sluts? Stick with the father and just stop shagging around with your pussy. You pussy. The letter J is the newest letter. It was added in 1524, evolving from the letter I. What? That's so cool. That's the start of my name. I've got the newest letter. And it's still like 600 years old. That's exactly 600 years old, isn't it? 500. 500 years old. France banned kissing in 1910. World War I soldiers saying goodbye to their loved ones was always causing train delays. So they banned kissing. What about French kissing? That's a whole thing. Egyptians sucked dead mice for toothache. Oh, why? It was believed that holding a dead mouse in your mouth would relieve tooth pain. They tried sucking a lollipop? Who came up with that? It probably just relieved the pain because you were just thinking about how fucking disgusting the mouse tasted. The first Nike shoes were made in a waffle maker. He used a waffle iron to add the grooves to the sole, which provided extra grip. Whoa. Okay, so like the underneath of the shoes are like, sometimes they look like they've been pressed in a waffle machine for extra grip. And that is why. 35% of people knew this. You share a birthday with 19 million people. Birthday balloons used to be made of animal intestines filled with water. That's a lovely fact, isn't it? That is brilliant. That's f***ing horrible. Oh my god. Imagine being a kid and you'd be like, I love all the balloons. They look so good. And the mum just goes, yeah, that's a pig's insides. Brilliant. That's my birthday rune. Thanks, mum. 34.9% of people knew this. Casinos don't have clocks. Yes, I've been in a casino and that is true. It's a clever method to make gamblers lose track of time and spend more time there. 34.4% of people knew this. Longest theme park queue was 8 hours. It was for Disney World's Tower of Terror. Was it worth it? 8 hours for a ride. I bet it was like 30 seconds as well. 34.2% of people knew this. 1 in 3 divorce filings mention Facebook. It's a popular platform for flirting with other people and getting into arguments. What the hell? Abracadabra was a malaria-curing spell. The magical word was carved into amulets and meant to cure illnesses like malaria. Whoa. Did it work? Hocus pocus. Abracadabra. 33% of people knew this. Penicillin used to be called mold juice. Oh, I can see why they changed the name. The accidental discovery has since saved countless millions of lives. That's crazy. 32.9% of people knew this. Mario used to be called Jumpman. He was also originally a carpenter rather than a plumber. I don't know why they changed him from a carpenter to a plumber, but I can see why they changed it from Jumpman. I mean, it's hard to imagine Mario's name as anything else other than Mario, so I don't know. Jumpman's pretty cool, though. Snowflakes take an hour to reach you. They fall at an average speed of about 1.5 miles per hour from very high in the sky. Wow. Didn't know that. A whole hour to get to you from when they fall from the clouds. These are getting more and more crazy. Canary Islands are named after dogs. You'd think it was the canary bird, but it's actually from canis, dog in Latin. Okay, that has gone straight over my head. Don't know what that means. 25% of people can't snap their fingers. I think I'm one of those. It just kind of hurts. It's usually due to variation in grip and dexterity. I'm doing it. Come on. Fuck you. QR codes can work with 30% missing. They can also work if they're upside down. Wow, didn't know that. QR codes are sick. The letter V is the only letter that's never silent. Every other letter is silent in at least one English word, but not the letter V. Wow. Vagina. Agina. God, I'm mature. Bees used to be weapons. Ancient warfare sometimes saw beehives catapulted over enemy walls. That's so cool. It's genius. Tiny jeans pockets were for watches. Those tiny jeans pockets used to hold pocket watches, which used to be popular. Well, there you go. I have actually wondered that before because I thought, it's such a tiny pocket, I can't put anything in there. People thought tomatoes were poison. Their acidity soaked up lead from old plates, poisoning people who ate them. They are poison. They're disgusting. No, I'm joking. I actually like tomatoes. I used to not like them, but they're nice now. But they're not poison, guys. It's all right. You can eat them. 29% of people knew this. Every card shuffle is new. With a 52 card deck, the possibilities are so vast, every deck is totally unique. That's so cool, isn't it? People took pics with dead relatives. It used to be fashionable to have a photo shoot with your recently deceased friends. That would be fun. Oh, grandma's died. I'm just going to get a quick selfie. Just for the memes, you know. Upload to my story. 28.4% of people knew this. Japanese people eat KFC on Christmas Day. I did actually know that. That is crazy, isn't it? A successful marketing campaign from the 1970s has made it a holiday staple. That's crazy. KFC must be so busy on Christmas Day. They're probably just absolutely stocking up in Japan for Christmas Day. Starfish don't have bodies. They're more like one giant head with no brain. Wow, that's pretty cool. Heart attacks are more likely to happen on a Monday. The stress of a new work week and routine contribute to heart attacks. What's today? Tuesday. Okay, it's fine. I'm all right. I'm fine. 27% of people knew this. 2.7 thousand liters of water used to make one t-shirt. That's enough water to live for 900 days. I'm really confused by this. What does it mean he used to make one t-shirt? I'm so confused. I don't get that one. 26.8% of people knew this. Ties reduce blood to your brain by 7.5%. Tight neckties can cause people some discomfort or even pain. Wow, okay. I won't tie my ties so tight. 26.6% of people knew this. Howler monkey tails are 5 times their body length. It functions as an extra limb which helps them move through trees easily. 5 times their body length. That's crazy. 26.5% of people knew this. Internet causes more pollution than planes. Data centers produce more carbon emissions than the entire aviation industry. I thought internet was like green. I didn't realize it was bad. 26% of people knew this. Oranges were green. Yeah, well, like before they're ripe, right? It's only outside their native tropical home that they turn orange. You're joking. But they're called oranges. They're not called greenages. Green, orange. You're joking. I thought that was just not ripe. Oh my god. I want to try one now. I want to try a greenage. A green. 25.2% of people knew this. More chess moves than atoms. Meanwhile, the game of Go has even more possible moves. What the fuck, man? What? There's so many. 24.8% of people knew this. TV remote invented to mute ads. The first remote was shaped like a gun and made because the inventor hated ads. So he could just point it at the screen and mute. That's crazy. Cat life expectancy doubled since 1970. Better nutrition and vet care has meant cats can live up to 15 years on average now. Whoa. What a lovely statistic. Right, so back in 1970, cats only used to live, 7 or 8 years, but now up to 15. In another 50 years' time, they might live to 25. Oh, that would be so cool, wouldn't it? The division sign is called an obulus. The symbol dates back to ancient Greece. Well, I didn't know that. Potato chips were made accidentally. A chef was annoyed that a customer complained about their fries being too thick, and he accidentally invented the chip, the crisp. Wow, and became an instant billionaire. Wow, that's insane. I can just imagine him trying a crisp for the first time in a restaurant. I'm just being like, what is this? 23% of people knew this. Alan Turing lost 150 pounds of silver. The famous codebreaker made a code to find it again, but it was too complicated to solve. Oh, I don't know who that is. One country named after a woman. Plenty of countries are named after men, but only St. Lucia has a woman's name. I feel that's crazy. I thought that would be way more than that. Lobsters pee from their face. Oh, just when you thought the animal kingdom couldn't surprise you anymore. Lobsters piss from their face. They have pea shooting glands near their eyes and use it to communicate. They use it to talk to each other. What an unfortunate way. Communicate. They don't have mouths. They piss on each other, and that's how they know they've got friends. I'm so glad I'm not a lobster. There's a giant cloud of alcohol in space. It's enough to produce over 400 trillion pints of beer. Wow. Why are not all the alcoholics flying there? When you say alcohol, like it's just like fermented liquid, I'm guessing. Probably not like edible or drinkable, right? 21.3% of people knew this. Animals can actually be allergic to humans. Just like we can be allergic to pets, they can be allergic to our skin and hair. Didn't know that. Next time you're stroking your cat or your dog and they keep sneezing, maybe just leave them the f*** alone. The Rubik's Cube has 43 quintillion possibilities, and yet there's only one correct solution. Wow. Ethiopia is 7 years behind. They use a different calendar, which is just 7 years behind our Gregorian calendar. Why? Why are they doing that? Do they think their way's better, or are they stupid or something? Like, what's why? Or maybe they're right and we're wrong. A group of pugs is called a grumble. I feel like it should be called a snort or something like that. No, to be fair, grumble's pretty good. Meanwhile, a group of jellyfish are called a smack. 19% of people knew this. Mark Zuckerberg is red-green colorblind. This is why the Facebook logo is blue. It's the color he can see the best. That's funny. I did not know that. Imagine not being able to see red or green. Does that mean he can't drive because of traffic lights being red and green? That is unfortunate for him. He probably doesn't need to drive. Let's be honest. He's a billionaire. 18% of people knew this. Cats only meow at humans. They use other vocalizations and body language to chat with other cats, but they only meow at humans. I see what it's saying. I see what it's saying. Because I've heard cats shout at each other, you know, like when they're fighting and they go, "Aah!" That doesn't really count as a meow. The Pope can't donate their organs. His earthly body belongs to the Catholic Church, so he can't be an organ donor. That's not very Catholic of him, is it? It's a bit selfish, if you ask me. 17% of people knew this. Google was almost called Backrub. Yeah, thankfully, they changed this weird name shortly into its life. What a terrible name. 16.9% of people knew this. Women wore live lizards as brooches. Tiny lizards were placed on women's outfits as a trendy fashion statement. Those poor lizards. Number 1 French Scrabbler can't speak French. He just memorized the French dictionary to win the French Scrabble Championship. Wow, that's even more impressive. Largest school has 60,000 students. City Montessori School in India has 21 campuses full of students. I wonder how many teachers there are. There's got to be thousands of teachers then. My school had like 2,500 students, and that was big. Dead people can get goosebumps. Post-mortem contractions of muscle fibers create appearance of goosebumps. Well, what a lovely fact. I'm glad I knew that now. Okay, we're coming into some really interesting ones now. McDonald's sold 40,000 burgers during this video. They sell about 75 burgers per second, meaning over 40,000 in 9 minutes. Jesus Christ. Prunes instead of cheese for photos. People shouted prunes to take photos as it created a more modest expression. Say prunes, prunes, cheese. What's the difference? I suppose if you say prunes, it's like you're pouting a bit more, isn't it? McDonald's made gum-flavored broccoli. Gum-flavored broccoli. The effort to get kids to eat healthier failed because they complained it tasted weird. Sorry, McDonald's were trying to get kids to eat more healthily. McDonald's was trying to do that. 20% of mammal species are bats. There are 1,400 species of different bats, a big portion of the total number of species. That's a lot of bats. Sloths can hold their breath for longer than dolphins. They can hold their breath for 40 minutes, while dolphins only manage about 10. 40 minutes is impressive. Only one word ends with MT. Would you be able to guess what it is? Spoiler alert, it's dreamt. Wow. Yeah, crazy. Cider used to be made with sheep's blood. It was believed to enhance the flavor and make it last longer. Well, it would certainly enhance the flavor. Why is everything, like in old times, just sound so horrible and disgusting and disturbing? So, it's not just me, right? 12.6% of people knew this. Butterflies remember being caterpillars. They perform behaviors they learned before their transformation. Whoa. That's so cool. 12.5% of people knew this. Hermits were hired to live in gardens. 18th century rich people hired people to live in their gardens and entertain guests. What the fuck? Oh my god, it's like having a little hobbit in your garden. Sunglasses first used to hide emotions. I suppose a lot of poker players do that, don't they? Medieval Chinese judges used these to hide their emotions during interrogations. Squidward isn't a squid. Yes, he is. He's technically an octopus and has only 6 legs to make it easier to animate. No, he's a squid. He is. 11% of people knew this. SOS doesn't stand for Save Our Souls. It's simply an easy code to remember in Morse code. I think most people know it as Save Our Souls though, so. 2,000 men had monkey balls implanted. What? This 1920s surgery of stitching monkey parts to your own was meant to prevent aging. Oh, how did that go? Fucking hell. People just had really weird children. Really weird monkeyfied children. This is what I mean, like olden times. Like what are they thinking? What are they doing? MLK Jr. got a C+ in public speaking. Despite being one of the greatest speakers ever, he got mediocre grades in school. 10% of people knew this. Cocktails contained dead chickens. Some speculate that this might be where the drink gets its name from. Cocktails. Oh, God. I've been drinking dead chickens. That is disturbing. The Great Wall of China is held together with rice. Mortar, a bit like cement, was made using sticky rice and other ingredients. What? You can be blind without realizing. Anton syndrome is a mental illness where you will insist you can see despite being blind. You'll insist you can see despite being blind. If you think you can see, then you're probably not blind. How does that work? Gladiators were vegetarian. You can probably imagine a gladiator chowing on some raw meat, but it's not the case. Really? Surely they needed a lot of protein though. Samsung has a butt-shaped robot. It repeatedly applies 220 pounds of force to a new phone to test its durability. That's pretty cool. Oh, I see. So they just had like a butt-shaped robot to simulate someone accidentally sitting on a phone. That's pretty cool. Earliest speeding ticket was for 8 miles per hour. This makes more sense when you consider the speed limit was just 2 miles per hour. They were going 4 times over the speed limit. Imagine the speed limit being 2 miles per hour. You walk faster than that. You might as well just walk or take a horse. There's a temple to rats. The Karni Meta Temple in India treats their rodent residents as holy. Why would you want to worship a rat? YouTube was a dating app. Users were meant to upload videos describing their ideal partner. Wow. Oh, how it changed. Octopuses don't have tentacles. Tentacles have suckers on the tips, but octopus arms have them along the whole length. I suppose, yeah, that is another reason Squidward is an octopus. Penguins poop 40 times per day. They have a high metabolism and poop several times an hour. Oh my god, that's so funny. Oh god, so if we spend a year of our life pooing as humans, how long does penguins spend? The Pope used to be a bouncer. He worked as a nightclub bouncer in Argentina before becoming a priest. Oh god, imagine the he's seen. Fridge magnets can slow your internet. The effect is very small, but they can block Wi-Fi signals. I'm taking every fridge magnet I own down. Just 3% of people knew this. Tiger's roar can paralyze humans. It produces low-frequency sound that we can feel but not hear, creating intense fear. Yeah. If it stopped you from running away because you're just so scared and you just, I guess, fall down in shock, that's scary. 2.9% of people knew this. 25% of New Yorkers moved house every May 1st. Rent contracts all ended on this day, so thousands of New Yorkers moved the same time. Wow. 2.8% of people knew this. 46 BC was 445 days long. Known as the Year of Confusion, Julius Caesar added a new month temporarily. Whoa, I wonder what the new month was called. If you were going to make a new month, what would you call it? September. January. Zune. Enough iron in you to make a 3-inch nail. Throughout all of your body's blood, there's about 4 grams of iron. Wow. So you can literally say, I'm as hard as nails. The egg came before the chicken. It's saying that chicken's evolutionary ancestor laid the egg, which hatched the first chickens. Oh my god, now we know. 80% of all ginger cats are male. The gene responsible for the fur color is linked to the male X chromosome. Well, there you bloody go. I did actually know that. I used to have a male ginger cat. Just 1% of people knew this. Pharaohs covered their slaves in honey. This was so flies and other pests wouldn't bother the pharaoh. Oh my god. That's so horrible. Imagine you were a slave, right? And you just covered in honey. So you were just a big beaming attraction for insects, just so your master doesn't have to deal with them. 0.8% of people knew this. Pigeon poop belongs to the king. It was used for gunpowder, so King George I decided monarchs own pigeon poop. What the fuck? The longest song is being played right now. A new note of as slow as possible is played every few years. It will end in the year 2640. As slow as possible. That's the name of the song. Whoa, I want to hear this song. 0.3% of people knew this. Every human could fit inside an apple, but only if you remove all the space between our atoms. Wow. So if you just like crunched us down so there's no space between our atoms, we're the size of an apple. 0.2% of people knew this. Giant tortoises are delicious. Explorers, including Charles Darwin, said they were the tastiest thing they'd ever had. They just keep eating them. Okay, and the very last fact, guys. We're up to fact number 150. 0.01% of people knew this. The youngest Olympic champion is unknown. The winning rowing team at the 1900 Olympics included a random child from the crowd. Wow. It's funny because there was probably no competition back then as well. Like the Olympics had not long started. Just people weren't as good as they are, say, today at doing things, so they could just take a random child from the crowd and still win gold. I hope the child got a medal though. Oh god, right, well, we have made it to the end, guys. That's gonna be it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I hope you learned something. Bit of a longer video than normal, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did enjoy, make sure you like and subscribe. Always helps me out. Take it easy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!
Oi! Subscribe!
Oh god, please subscribe! Subscribe!
Subscribe! Subscribe!